Happy New Year, everybody! As far as real estate goes, new year, same market, same rules, right? Liz Duenas, half a day?
Half a day.
Happy 2019?
Happy New Year.
Okay, so that is the point. It is a Happy New Year. It's a brand new year. Tear off those papers on the calendar, get the brand new ones. January, it's a new month, new opportunities. Yes. But has the market really changed, or is it going to stay the same from what we knew in 2018 as far as...
Well, we know in 2019, I believe the market is going to even pick up even more so.
Okay.
Right now, we're seeing signs of investors arriving on island. We're seeing signs of contractors actually coming in to fulfill their contract work with the military. And of course, the buildup is fast approaching. I mean, it took so many years to get from here where the buildup was supposed to be. And of course, they pushed it along, but we're seeing more signs of contractors coming in, do work, and they're also in need of housing. So the demand is still there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're a seller, would you be looking more at commercial transactions, residential, rentals, outright purchases
I think
in 2019?
In 2019, you're looking at a lot of the rentals because the contractors are looking for rental properties. People who are coming, rental property for their workers. So a lot of the contractors we've been talking to that are doing work for the military, their budget for rentals is anywhere between, let's say, $1,500 to maybe $1,800 in terms of their rental budget. And that's for someone that's coming in for a company to do different work in the military sector. And again, it's part of the buildup. For the military, of course, their budgets are anywhere from $2,200 and $2,450. If they're dual military, then it's about $4,400 for dual military.
You can get one of those TASI 17 places.
Yes, yes. But the word is out, though, that the military did a study to evaluate the housing market and the rental rates. So we're waiting for that right now. We have not received any notice on it, but I know from what I gather, it's in the works that there may be some changes to that budget.
Now, people looking at 2019, it's a new calendar year, new fiscal period. We're a couple months into the fiscal period, actually. For young people that will be graduating from college, whether they're on island or they'll be returning home from the States, and they realize this, because millennials are smart when it comes to this kind of thing. They realize that real estate is a sound investment. It's part of your big wealth management portfolio. You're supposed to have real estate if you want to make money.
Right, and the millennials now are they're very tech savvy and very internet savvy. So in terms of what they're looking at, a lot of the homes we're selling now, they've already done their research. They've gone online to check what's available, and they've pretty much narrowed down their search. So the buyers nowadays are a bit different compared to a few years back where, you know, the internet was just still something new, but now they're very sophisticated. They narrow down their searches as far as what the amenities are, et cetera. And with websites and the availability of inventory and photos and everything, even for us, we have a camera that you can walk through a home and you could do your arrow button and you could do a 360-degree view up and down.
Nice.
So we have that capability now. So they could actually walk through the house to decide, is this something I want to waste my time on? So technology is wonderful. It keeps changing. And the other one is like drone photos, drone footage of a property. We could actually put a drone up and look at the neighborhood just to see what is within the neighborhood.
Now, here's something else I've been wondering about, because my parents' generation, right, the baby boomers, they knew that when you get a mortgage, you save up for a few years, get a home, and that's your place for at least 45 years.
Right.
You know, I know people in their 30s right now, they automatically know, they're like, hey, if I really want to make good money quickly, I'm going to buy a home and then flip it maybe in like 3 or 4 years, maybe even less, maybe a little bit more. What do you see as far as trends with people turning over property as opposed to owning it for a very long period of time?
Well, the trend normally is they would own the property for, let's say, 5 to 7 years, and then they would liquidate because that gives time for the market to change. Remember, economy is cyclic. The market goes up and it goes down. And what happens is when you get a foreclosure or a bank liquidating property, or someone who is really needs to sell due to some family illness or whatever, what you want to do is buy when the values are down, because once it goes up, that's when people start to liquidate. And equity, I was doing a market analysis for someone who bought a home for like 360 or 70,000, and when I just did my market analysis, the home is now valued like 100,000. It has appreciated by 100,000. So I mean, that's equity, that when they leave Island, they could cash in on that, walk away with down payment for another home in another location.
The reason I brought up my parents and their generation is they just didn't think like that, where you said, you know, you go through all the hoops and everything like that to buy a home that you can finally call your own after several years of preparation and you know, and saving up and sacrifice, and then you just turn it over. Well, but it does make sound financial sense to actually say, don't let me get too attached, and let me turn this over so I can make more money.
The trend I see with families here, they value the land, they value property to pass on to family. So what they'll do is they'll have a family home, and if they're going to invest, they'll buy a second property either for their children or for rental. And then they start to grow their assets that way. So, but again, the key is to buy it at a price that you have room to appreciate. Now remember, if you buy low, you have room to appreciate. You buy high, there may be room to appreciate, but not as much as when you buy it down here.
It's just good business sense.
Yeah, it's just good business sense, yes.
All right, well, it was an absolute delight having the first House to Home of the year 2019, sharing this with you. And we got about 51 more of these things, so thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.
That was the stupidest clue you could have given.
I should not have kept my mouth open.
Tonight, the fun continues.
The game is really simple, and then yet it's dangerous.
As we play more of Ellen's favorite games.
Here's Melissa McCarthy.
The danger word is money.
Here's Chris Pratt. Nicole Kidman. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
The winners of each will move on to play the most jaw-dropping game in TV history.
Don't cry. Cry when you come down. Don't cry now.
But only one will play hot hands for a chance at some big money.
Congratulations, you won $100,000.
Let the games begin.
The category is Shakespeare plays.
Alice in Wonderland.
You teach third grade, you say, right? All right, so you're not teaching Shakespeare to the kids, right?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Give it up for your host, Ellen DeGeneres.